Why do I keep failing at the same things? Why does my life lack direction? Why didn't my prayer get answered? Why did these things happen to me? Many of us are keenly aware of our own failures, disappointments, pain, and even personal tragedy. We wonder why certain things in our lives didn't turn out better. Feeling powerless for change, we become complacent about where we are until we aren't doing anything purposeful with our life.
Imagine what must have been going on in the minds of Adam and Eve that day in the garden when their lives were suddenly invaded by an unexpected intruder. I'm sure, like most of us, they probably wish they could have rewound time just a few hours and started over. However, now they were held captive in a difficult set of circumstances, and I'm sure to them it felt like all hope was lost. Today, so many people are held captive by the negative experiences of yesterday. They begin to develop certain mindsets, failures, habits, and even repeated disappointments cause them to just start accepting life as it is. And they don't realize that God has a tailor-made solution for them. And without even knowing they're doing it, they are missing God's best purpose for their life.
Brenda Kunneman co-pastors Lord of Hosts Church in Omaha, Nebraska, along with her husband, and is co-founder of One Voice Ministries. Brenda has ministered to leaders of nations, Christian leaders, and people from around the world. She ministers in national and international conferences and women's conferences with upwards of 10,000 in attendance, especially in Latin America. Pastor Brenda has also appeared on Daystar's celebration program and Share-a-thon. Her ministry has also aired on Enlace TVN in Latin America. The website for the Kunneman's One Voice Ministries receives many thousands of hits per month, particularly on Brenda's page called The Daily Prophecy, which has encouraged people from around the world. Brenda Kunneman's new book, When Your Life Has Been Tampered With, will be released in both English and Spanish.
Many people, even Christians, wake up one day in their life to find themselves surrounded by a lot of unfulfilled promises and broken dreams. They begin to ask themselves, why did all of this happen to me? Why didn't my prayer get answered? Perhaps they're looking at the pain that came from a failed marriage, or they lost their job, or even the tragedy of the loss of a loved one. Do you know there was a time in the Bible in Israel's history when they found themselves invaded, taken captive by a nation called Babylon? I am sure after nearly 70 years of captivity, they became used to how things were and almost became stuck in a spirit of Babylon, if you will. I'm sure they lost their sense of true purpose and true identity. But it wasn't until men like Nehemiah and others rose up and decided this has to be our season of change. Something has to be different, and this cycle of trouble has to stop. Someone had to address the mindset of failure and realize God's true purpose for the people. However, they could not be successful with just human effort alone. They needed the miraculous power of God to draw upon and help them. Do you know the Bible is full of examples and principles that teach us how to pull on the power of God so that we can build something amazing with our life in spite of the captivity and the leftovers of our past? God never intended you just to live captive to whatever life has dished out to you. He wants to supply you so you can answer those enemies of your mind, deal with the cycles of trouble that want to keep coming your way, and actually finish some of the things that you've started. If your life has been tampered with by past experience, then the book When Your Life Has Been Tampered With is for you.
Brenda Kunneman will be promoting her book, When Your Life Has Been Tampered With, through her influential ministry, One Voice Ministries. People will be directed to purchase the book through the One Voice website, through guest appearances Pastor Brenda will be making on national and international television programs, speaking engagements, and through additional promotion by her publisher. You don't have to settle for a life that's just average at best, or worse, held captive to the wrong mindset, stuck in a cycle of failure, defeat, and unfulfilled dreams. God wants you to follow Him out of your own personal captivity and through His miraculous power to live a life of purpose and to stay on that path.
It's time to know just what to do when your life has been tampered with.